we get to break down and talk about this vault picks that the MLB.com has.
Yeah.
So ultimately, they gave us a bunch of different categories where for the next decade,
they gave us
who's going to be the
categories.
best.
Who's going to be the best? And if you choose all 9 categories correct, I believe there's 9, you can win $1 million. It's fun because, I mean, it's fortune telling, but it's fun because it's the whole decade. Who's going to be the best in this decade?
Yes. All right. So let's go. So the first one they have is home runs.
Who'd you pick to have the most home runs this decade?
I have Acuna Jr.
Yeah, that's a great pick, man.
With him being so young and that power he has, I'm like, why not?
Okay, that's great. I agree, man, because he's something else, to be honest. And
he
like
has
I said,
that special talent in him.
Like I said a couple episodes ago, man, he is going to be somebody to watch for the next decade for sure.
Yes.
I have Cody Bellinger in my pick for the next decade and the most home runs.
That's a nice, solid pick.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I thought so, man. I mean, look, anybody could do it. I even thought about putting Pistol Pete up there, Pete Alonso, but
after just 1 year, I can't really
right. I really wanted to. I was like, man, he's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Yeah.
I just can't do it right now.
But Cunha, 2 years in, you've seen the power. It's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I was like, yeah, I'm going to go with the Cunha.
Great pick. And he can hit all over the place. He's hitting Oppo tacos. He can pull it. Anywhere you throw it, he can take it deep. So I really like that pick. That's a good pick.
Yeah. So next category is most hits. Who do you have?
I have Ozzy Albies as most hits. I really like it.
Not a bad pick.
He's
He's very young, just like you said.
And I like the amount of hits he's been doing the last couple seasons. Like if you're looking at it, he's up there in the hit category. So if he can keep that up, I don't see why not. He's building every year.
Yes. For my choice, I have Juan Soto.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's not 21, but he can.
God, but he can
you know what?
hit.
That's a good pick. I wasn't even thinking about that. But my thing is, we're in such a tough division. But it doesn't matter because it don't matter who's throwing to him.
Yeah,
he can get it done.
And he's not he can hit power, but it's also he gets a lot of doubles, singles because he's fast.
Yeah, he's great.
Just like Albies, he's quick too. It's like he can get that infield single to technically count.
Okay, so you have Juan Soto for the most hits in the next decade, and I have Ozzy Albies.
Yep.
All right, great.
Next category.
The next category is wins. Pitcher wins. Who's going to have the most wins this decade for a pitcher?
This one's a little tough.
It is tough, and you know why? Because pitchers sometimes don't last. They could be here for the next 5 years. The pitchers that we're seeing right now, like DeGrom, in 5 years he's going to be like 36 years old or so, maybe 37. He might not be pitching anymore.
Yeah.
Not everybody can last that long as a pitcher, and the way they throw, their arms are thrown so hard, they don't stay in the league that long.
Yeah.
Verlander's, one of the exceptions. Some of the other guys, but most of the time, I expect a pitcher to get in there and around 33 retire.
Yeah.
So who do you have?
I have Jack Flaherty.
Yes, I don't have him as my pick, but I
With
went through
what
about
he showed
3 guys.
And being his rookie year last year, I'm like, okay, if he can create this, he can be that guy for the decade.
I was really torn on this. I really like Jack Flaherty. That's a great pick. I was thinking, man, who is a young guy that's probably just got drafted, that's going to be up in the league in 2 years, and all of a sudden he's just going to crush it. We might not even know who this guy is.
Yeah.
But as I was going through the young guys and the old guys, I settled on Mike Soroka for the Braves.
He was up there in my top 5 to possibly do it because he is.
I think he has
very young stud.
It, man. He could do it.
He was right there with Jack Flaherty and DeGrom last year for the Cy Young vote. Like, it would not surprise me if he can get it this year or next year.
And the reason I have him as most wins is because he's young. He shows that talent is great, and the team is built as a young team, and they want to stick together that long. So I feel like if that team can stick around and he's their pitcher and he's not getting injured, he might do it.
Yes.
That's I really like that pick for myself.
So next one is another pitching category. It is most strikeouts for a pitcher.
All right, strikeouts.
Who do you have?
I actually have the guy that you just picked prior to this category. I have Jack Flaherty.
Okay.
I think his strikeouts are there, man.
Yes.
They are there. And I think, like you said, he's a stud. He had a great rookie season. I don't see why he can't keep that up.
Yeah. So my pick is Garrett Cole.
Oh, yeah. Garrett Cole, that's a great pick.
Because he put up 300 this year. If he can keep close to that for a couple of years, he can get it up there where no one can really keep up with him. It depends if he can stable it.
Right. I definitely had him in mind. I'm just thinking He's a little bit older.
Yes.
So the whole decade is a long time to go. And I think
ultimately it's got to be his whole
down.
contract. Yes.
Right.
But if he can keep 300 for 4 or 5 years, he can build up a giant
That's true.
lead.
That's true.
Compared to something like DeGrom and stuff, or just over 200.
Right. And see,
So,
when I'm
yeah.
thinking of for some reason, when I'm thinking of these categories and I look at the older pitchers, I'm thinking like in my mind, I'm just seeing Bartolo Colon. So I'm thinking like you say, like you say Garrett Cole, right? And he's like, yeah, he's crushing it right now.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking once he gets a little bit older, he might lose a little bit of pep in
Yeah.
his step. He might be like that Phillies pitcher. I can't remember his name. He's an old guy that we really like, but he used to strike people out. But now you're throwing like mid 80s, and you're just finding the corners, and you're just getting solid ground hits for outs. You're not striking them out anymore. I think that could happen.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah. So the next two are team categories.
All right, team categories.
So the next one is most team wins of the decade. Who do you have?
All right, man. It hurts me. It really does hurt me to say this, but I just can't imagine out of any of the organizations, this team is not going to go with a bad team ever. So I have the Yankees. I can't. Every year they put together, they throw money into it. They get the team together. They always get wins. I think in the next decade, the Yankees are going to have to be up there in the conversation.
It's not bad, a solid pick. I thought you were going with the same pick I had for a second, but no, you didn't. I picked the Braves.
I knew you were going to say that. I really like the Braves.
With that young pitching, that team around them.
Yeah.
It hurts me to say that I won't surprise me if this Braves do not go away anytime soon.
I was really close to saying the Braves, but I didn't want to jinx our team.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I just from years past experience, if I have to pick a team for a decade that's going to get wins, I'm going to go with the team that I know is going to pump money into it. I know they're going to care. They're not going to pull a Rockies situation. They're going to be like, hey, what are you talking about? Lose? We don't lose. We're in the pinstripes.
They have like one bad season for like a decade, and then they're like, we're about to spend a bunch of money.
And that's why I feel very solid with the Yankees. I like the Braves pick. I just don't know, are they going to be the same team after 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, the biggest thing is, are they all going to resign, stay together? But
and they don't have the budget the Yankees have. They might in the future. I don't know. It's just that's just how I feel about that. Okay, so the next category is World Series titles. Who do you have?
I have the same team. I have the Braves.
Wow, Alan, man,
It
you're getting all
hurts
this
to
bad
say
luck
it.
over here.
But I just don't see if they can put that team together with those.
How can they not win, right?
Especially, and my thing is, if it does happen, if they do get traded Arenado,
Yeah.
with that young team added Arenado and that young pitching, it's dangerous. Like Dodgers are going to start losing players. Like Mookie might walk after this season. You don't know that.
Yeah, he might.
Clayton's getting up there. It's
Sure is.
So, but the team who always has one of the best minor league system is the Braves, and they somehow have been clicking lately, and I'm just afraid.
Look, okay, I completely agree with everything you're saying. But, when we go to World Series titles teams, I got to be hopeful. I got to believe. I
hope this happens. I hope I'm wrong.
I am picking the Mets. And I'm not just saying we're going to win 2. We're going with 3 at least. Look, I got to be hopeful with my team. I like our team. We haven't won since 86. The fans are hungry. Our fans even travel. The 7 line, they travel to other teams' stadiums and sit in the whole section, and they root for the Mets. The Mets have something else. They got something else. It's like the Angels in the outfield, man. They got a whole force that believe in them, and I believe in them too. I think they can do it. They can do it.
I really hope. Like 3 is going to win it because I think last decade was the Giants with 3.
If we could do what the Giants do every other even year.
Yeah. So it can easily, like, these things are so out there, and these are so many guesses. And then, so next 3 are kind of like individual categories, where the next one is MVP, most MVP of the decade.
Yeah,
Who
this
do
should be
you
interesting.
have?
Man, I really wanted to say Mike Trout here because all he needs to do is win another 2 or 3, which could easily happen. But I'm trying to think of the whole decade, and I'm trying to think of the young guys who are crushing it, and I think could absolutely do it. I have Ronald Acuna Jr.
That is a solid pick.
Yeah, man, I really think he could do it. I think
he can,
get a couple.
especially if he wants to be that 50-50 player.
Yeah. He's got good goals. He's a great, talented player. He's young. Even if he only wins 2, I think that would be enough at this time to possibly do it for the decade.
Nice. My pick, you said him, Mike Trout.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I believe in Mike Trout
Until
fully.
until he does a terrible season where he's out the top 5 for more than 2 years in a row. Like, sorry, when you come up for your rookie year since you've been up here, you've been top 5 every year
Yeah,
MVP.
yeah. No, that's great.
It
That's
was
a great
very
pick.
hard not to pick you because, especially when you're adding players to that roster.
I agree. I'm right there with you. I think it's very hard to ever vote against Mike Trout, but he's done it so many times already. And I'm thinking everybody else is picking Mike Trout. I got to go with the anomaly if I'm going to win this $1 million.
Yes, correct. So the next one is the pitching category of the Cy Young winners.
I guarantee we have different ones here.
Okay.
There's so many pitchers. There's so
is.
many pitchers.
So many young pitchers, like
Right.
who we think will win.
Right.
So
So
who do
this
you
is my dark horse because I'm thinking, like I said, I have a stigma with pitchers who are 30 years old and picking them for a whole decade.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Mackenzie Gore.
That
He's
name sound familiar.
he's a prospect. I mean, he's on the Padres. He might be having a little rough outing in spring training, but I think he's going to be the future. He's 21 years old, 6'3", 195. Dude can throw the ball. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's not bad. Dark
He was
horse
a third
selection.
overall pick in 2017.
Okay.
I mean, he's got it.
All right. My pick is a guy I said earlier about wins, and is Jack Flaherty.
Yeah, no, that guy has it all, man.
Yeah, if he puts what he did that second half into multiple years, year after year, we'll have a DeGrom situation where he might not get the most wins every year, but he's going to put up that 2 ERA and get your team close.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the last and final category is most All-Star games.
All right, so for the most All-Star games this next decade, I believe Mike Trout will be there every year almost, but that's not my pick. I mean, so I think, again, I have him in one of my other categories, Ronald Acuna Jr. I
Yeah.
think he'll be there the next decade straight.
Yeah, I can see possibly that. The biggest thing is outfield is so tough.
It is, but he's that good of a
He
player.
is that good.
Just like Mike Trout. He's in the outfield. I think he'll be there almost every year, too, until he's not.
That is my pick for mine is Mike Trout.
right.
Because I figure 10 years of Trout, why not?
Why not? Dude, I
It'd
would
be very
love-
close for him to do all 10 years. It won't surprise me if he does.
Look, man, I would love to see Trout there every year. But like I said, I have to go against the grain. I know I'm
Yeah.
probably not the only one to pick Acuna Jr., but
No.
he, in my opinion, he's young. He's great. It could happen.
Yeah. So that is our pick. So then we decided MLB.com asked a couple MLB players who they picked for these categories. So I'll start with Mike Clevenger of the Indians. For home runs, he does have Acuna Jr. Hits, he has Tatis Jr. It was a solid pick.
Oh, yeah. Fernando Tatis.
Wins, he picked Garrett Cole for both wins and strikeouts.
Wow.
Wins, he picked Yankees. World Series, he picked Braves. MVP, he picked Acuna Jr. Cy Youngs, he picked Trevor Bauer. And then All-Star Games, Acuna Jr.
Trevor Bauer for Cy Youngs, huh?
I think because, that's his old buddy from Cleveland. So let's get a non-pitcher to see who else is in here.
Yeah, go through. Who else?
All right, we have Nelson Cruz, an older player, so we'll see what he picked. All right, so for home runs, he picked Vlad Jr.
For home runs, Vlad Jr. That's a good pick.
That is a nice pick because he
Yeah.
as a rookie, he almost won the home run derby.
I mean, in oh my God, I've never seen anybody hit so many home runs as him. He was a beast.
Yeah.
I thought Pujols was out there, man. I was like, what's happening?
Hits, he solid pick, Gleyber Torres.
Okay.
For wins, he picked Mike Soroka.
Okay.
Strikeouts, he picked Shane.
Bieber?
Yep.
Oh,
Wins, he did pick Yankees. World Series, he picked Yankees.
Shane Bieber's a good pick, man. I like that.
MVP, he picked Mike Trout. Cy Youngs, he picked Beaver. And then All-Star Games, he did Tatis Jr.
Ah, Tatis Jr. That's a interesting pick for
Yeah.
All-Star games. I mean, he might. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. J.D. Davis and the Mets. All right. Home runs, he picked Christian Yelich.
Wow. How many did he hit last year? Like 35 or something?
He was, real close to 40 before he got injured.
Okay. So Wow, that's interesting.
Hits, he picked Soto. Wins, he picked Jack Flaherty.
Good picks.
Strikeouts, he picked Josh Harder. Wins, he didn't give no answer. World Series championships, he picked White Sox.
Oh, ho, ho.
MVP he did Trout, Cy Young, Jack Flaherty, and then All-Star he put Mike Trout. Trout's going to make 10 out of 10. It's pretty easy.
And he could. He really could. And these are very interesting picks because these are the players. They would know. I mean, you know what I mean? They know who's good.
Corey Seager of the Dodgers. For home runs, he picked Aaron Judge.
For home runs, he picked Judge.
Mm-hmm.
Judge. I like that pick. He's got to stay healthy.
Yes.
But we know Judge can absolutely rake. I mean, dude, he's huge. He touches the ball, it's going over the fence.
Yeah. For strikeouts, he picked DeGrom.
Wow. For the next decade?
Yep.
DeGrom's 31 or 32 now?
Yep. MVP, it's all over the place, not in order, but MVP, he picked Mike Trout. Hits, he picked Yelich. Wins, he picked Yankees. Cy Young Award, he picked DeGrom.
Wow.
Wins by pitcher, he picked DeGrom.
Wow.
He didn't give no World Series championship answer. And then All-Star game, he picked Arenado.
Wow. So you're saying that he had
DeGrom for 3 of the pitching categories.
That's pretty cool. Who was that again? Who picked those?
Corey Seager.
And he also had Yelich for most hits.
Yes.
And then the last person you mentioned had Yelich for home runs.
Mm-hmm.
If Yelich could lead the league in hits and home runs for the next decade, oh, wow. That would be interesting.
And then, let's see. Let's do one last one. All right. Cole Tucker of the Pirates. Very young guy. So
okay.
Let's see who he picked.
Who does he believe in?
So for home runs, he picked Cody Bellinger.
Okay.
For hits, he did Tatis Jr. So it was very hard not to pick Austin Meadows, but I would go Tatis Jr. Wins, he picked Jack Flaherty, but Bieber is right there with him. It was hard to pick.
He really is.
Strikeouts, he picked Nate Pearson.
Must be a younger guy.
He said, Pearson, dear God, Pearson. I played behind him in fall league. I'm going to go Pearson 100 miles per hour hard hit right now.
Okay. Well, you know those guys who throw hard.
Wins, he said Yankees. It's pretty hard for Yankees not to be the wins.
That's how I feel.
World Series, he picked Braves.
Yeah, that's a great
MVP,
pick.
he picked Acuna Jr.
Okay.
Cy Young, he picked Garrett Cole. And then All-Stars games, he picked Matt Chapman.
Chapman, huh? Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, if you guys let us know who you pick. Who do
Yeah.
you think is going to be in these categories at the end of the decade leading the league?
Yeah, they pulled the categories like when last decade Mike Trout wasn't even playing the major leagues yet for the last decade when this all started.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
There's
saying.
going to be that player that no one thought about just
Right.
come up and just take over. Like the catcher that the Orioles have in their system.
Yeah.
If they're saying what he can do, he could be one of those players that comes in here, does the hits or home runs. We don't know because these players are so raw and talented in the minor leagues. Like, come on, Trout wasn't a high pick. Well, he was a first-round pick, but he wasn't a top 10.
Yeah.
So you never know where these guys are going to come from.
Right, and like you said, nowadays these minor leaguers are signing deals before they even get into the majors, and they're that good. The talent is getting crazy out here, and they're actually, and when they get their time in the light, they actually show up, like Pete Alonso did last year.
Yes. So, yeah.
So that's why they feel so comfortable giving away $1 million, because it's almost impossible to get this right. Which is why I'm surprised they're only giving away $1 million, because they used to give away, they were going to give away $1 billion for the March Madness at one time. Anyways, so yeah, that's our show for today. And you have anything to add to this?
I don't think so. Like, I was gonna see if we can pull up the last decade real quick.
The last decade? Do they have those stats?
They might.
Who?
Let's see.
The last decade.
All right. Here we go. So 2010 2019. We'll go down real quick. Home runs. It was Nelson Cruz. With 346 home runs.
When did so this is from what year?
2010 to 2019.
All right, so from 2010, who would have thought Nelson Cruz would have led the league in home runs?
Hits was Robinson Cano with 1,600 hits.
I would not have guessed Robbie Cano.
Wins was Max Scherzer.
That could maybe.
Strikeouts was Max Scherzer.
Okay.
MVP is Mike Trout. Cy Young, there was a tie between Clayton Kershaw and Max Scherzer.
When did Mike Trout enter the league, though?
What was that? It was a year.
But it wasn't 2010, right?
No.
So that's what I'm saying. So right now, when we're making our picks, we're picking guys who are currently in the league.
Yeah.
Or that we know is a top prospect.
Yes.
We're not picking guys. So see, that's what I'm saying. Mike Trout's not even in the league, and he's the best.
All-star selection, there's 3 ties. Clayton Kershaw, Yadi Molina, and Mike Trout all have 8.
Wow.
World Series titles was Giants with 3, and team wins was Yankees with 921.
The Yankees, man, you got that's a given. I can see what you're saying with the Braves, but the Yankees, man, they don't.
Oh wow, they
don't
even had the
lose.
2000-2009
Hold on, but what was that one prior to the Yankees?
World Series with the Giants.
Right, and how many did the Giants win prior to that?
To the
Before 2010. That's what I'm saying.
It was back in the 60s when Willie Mays.
But what I'm saying is, I guarantee if we had this little vault game out then, nobody was going to pick the Giants.
Yeah.
So the Mets can do it.
Yeah. So
That's the moral
and
of the
then
story.
real quick, 2000-2009.
Yeah, this is great.
A-Rod, 435 home runs.
From 2000 to 2009?
Yep.
I could have probably picked that.
Hits was Jeter with just shy of 2,000 hits.
Well, think about it. Think about A-Rod and Jeter in like 98, 99. They'd have been studs, and we'd be like, yeah, let's go with those guys.
Wins was Eddie Pettit.
I don't know if I would have picked that.
K's, there's no shocker, Randy Johnson.
Oh, yes. The big unit.
MVP awards was Barry Bonds.
Wow.
Cy Young was Randy Johnson.
Okay.
All-Star selection, there was 3 ties. Manny Ramirez, A-Rod, and Ichiro all had 9.
Oh, wait. Ichiro was like in there.
World Series titles, there was a tie. Both Yankees and Red Sox had 2 titles. And then wins, yet again, was Yankees with 965.
So we have a certain thing there. The Yankees are going to win that category no matter what.
Ultimately, well, they didn't win 90-99.
Oh, okay.
Braves got that with 925.
Oh, well, that's because they had Tom
They had
Glavine.
the
and
90s
They had
team.
the team. Yeah, man.
And then
Every decade you
after
have
that,
the
Yankees.
team. Yeah.
The 80s, the 80-89. Yeah.
Well, when you have 27, how many times they got to talk about it? When you have that many
27
rings,
rings.
yeah. When you have that many rings, you win. You win a lot.
But this is even more funnier now. So the 90-99 and the 2000-2009, Barry Bonds had most MVP awards with both decades.
Barry Bonds had the most MVP awards in both decades.
90-99, he had 3 MVPs.
Whew.
2000-2009, he had 4.
Oh wow! Oh, so that's a great case for Mike Trout doing the same thing.
Yes.
Because if anybody can do it, if anyone can do it, Mike Trout is absolutely that guy.
And then 90-99, the All-Star selection, there was 4 players that made it all 10 years. Roberto
Alomar. Okay.
Ken Griffey Jr.,
The kid.
Tony Gwynn, and Cal Ripken Jr.
Oh, those are all great players.
Yeah, exactly. So
Not surprised on that one at all.
And then Randy Johnson had strikeouts for both those decades too.
Yes, because the big unit, they don't make him like Randy Johnson, man.
So
That dude's a different animal.
from 90-99, Randy Johnson had 2,500 strikeouts. From 2000-2009, he had 2,100 strikeouts.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And those no hitters and
Yeah. So
Randy Johnson's a beast, man. He's one of my.
yeah.
I've said this before. He's one of my favorite pitchers. Period.
Yeah, and I even hurts me more and more that I should have went to his 300 win in Nationals, and I regret it every day because it's most likely probably gonna be the last one to ever do it.
The way they pitch these days, you're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when your Cy Young winner is winning 11 games and worse than that the season prior, it's hard to get 300 wins.
And like it's a rare thing to get a 20 win season.
Very rare.
Compared to then those 25 wins, there was like almost a given.
Wasn't a couple years ago somebody got to 20 wins like at the All-Star break? Or was it like right after?
He was like 12 or 13. It was getting close and kind of cooled off. But yeah.
Yeah, these days, who knows?
So, yeah. So it's going to be very interesting in 10 years to see how we did or who actually, if a no-name player that we don't know came up and took one of these.
I'm really glad you found those stats for the last couple of decades. Well, thanks for staying with us on our bonus content, by the way, because that we weren't definitely not planning on talking about that.
I was like, I wonder because I know because like let's break it down and see who did last year. Then they had multiple decades.
It's good to hear some of those players' names again, man.
Yeah.